Life is complex. Join us for the simple gifts of wisdom, love, and delight in the written word.
A Hymn to God the Father by Donne. Wilt thou forgive that sin where I begun, which was my sin, though it were done before? Wilt thou forgive that sin through which I run, and do run still, though still I do deplore? When thou hast done, thou hast not done, for I have more. Wilt thou forgive that sin which I have won others to sin, and made my sin their door? Wilt thou forgive that sin which I did shun a year or two, but wallowed in a score? When thou hast done, thou hast not done, for I have more. I have a sin of fear, that when I have spun my last thread, I shall perish on the shore. But swear by thyself, that at my death thy sun shall shine as he shines now and heretofore. And having done that, thou hast done. I fear no more. Batter My Heart, Three-Personed God by Donne. Batter my heart, three-personed God, for you as yet but knock, breathe, shine, and seek to mend, that I may rise and stand, o'erthrow me, and bend your force to break, blow, burn, and make me new. I, like an usurped town to another do, labor to admit you, but oh, to no end. Reason, your viceroy in me should defend, but is captive, and proves weak or untrue. Yet dearly I love you, and would be loved fain, but am betrothed unto your enemy. Divorce me, untie or break that knot again, take me to you, imprison me, for I, except you enthrall me, never shall be free, nor ever chaste, except you ravish me. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be, and when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we will not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning, we come round right.
Life is complex. Join us for the simple gifts of wisdom, love, and delight in the written word.
A Fever by Donne. O do not die, for I shall hate all women so when thou art gone, that thee I shall not celebrate when I remember thou wast one. But yet thou canst not die, I know. To leave this world behind is death. But when thou from this world wilt go, the whole world vapours with thy breath. Or if, when thou the world's soul goest, it stay, 'tis but thy carcass then, the fairest woman but thy ghost, but corrupt worms the worthiest men. O wrangling schools that search what fire shall burn this world, had none the wit unto this knowledge to aspire, that this her fever might be it? And yet she cannot waste by this, nor long bear this torturing wrong, for much corruption needful is to fuel such a fever long. These burning fits but meteors be, whose matter in thee is soon spent. Thy beauty, and all parts which are thee, are unchangeable firmament. Yet 'twas of my mind, seizing thee, though it in thee cannot persever, for I had rather owner be of thee 1 hour, than all else ever. Break of Day by Donne. 'Tis true, 'tis day, what though it be? O wilt thou therefore rise from me? Why should we rise? Because 'tis light?
Did we lie down because 'twas night? Love, which in spite of darkness brought us hither, should in despite of light keep us together. Light hath no tongue, but is all eye. If it could speak as well as spy, this were the worst that it could say. That being well, I fain would stay. And that I loved my heart and honour so, that I would not from him that had them go. Must business thee from hence remove? Oh, that's the worst disease of love. The poor, the foul, the false love can admit. He which hath business, and makes love, doth do such wrong as when a married man doth woo.
'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we will not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning, we come round right.
Life is complex. Join us for the simple gifts of wisdom, love, and delight in the written word. A Hymn to Christ at the Author's Last Going into Germany, by Donne. In what torn ship soever I embark, that ship shall be my emblem of thy ark. What seas soever swallow me, that flood shall be to me an emblem of thy blood. Though thou with clouds of anger do disguise thy face, yet through that mask I know those eyes, which, though they turn away sometimes, they never will despise. I sacrifice this island unto thee, and all whom I loved there, and who loved me. When I have put our seas twixt them and me, put thou thy sea betwixt my sins and thee. As the tree's sap doth seek the root below in winter, in my winter now I go, where none but thee, the eternal root of true love, I may know. Nor thou, nor thy religion dost control the amorousness of a harmonious soul, but thou wouldst have that love thyself. As thou art jealous, Lord, so I am jealous now. Thou lovest not, till from loving more thou free my soul. Whoever gives takes liberty. Oh, if thou carest not whom I love, alas, thou lovest not me. Seal then this bill of my divorce to all, on whom those fainter beams of love did fall. Marry those loves, which in youth scattered be on fame, wit, hopes, false mistresses, to thee. Churches are best for prayer that have least light. To see God only, I go out of sight. And to 'scape stormy days I choose an everlasting night. Holy Sonnet 6, by Donne. This is my play's last scene. Here heavens appoint my pilgrimage's last mile, and my race idly yet quickly run hath this last pace, my span's last inch, my minute's latest point, and gluttonous death will instantly unjoint my body and soul, and I shall sleep a space. But my ever-waking part shall see that face whose fear already shakes my every joint. Then, as my soul to heaven her first seat takes flight, an earth-born body in the earth shall dwell, so fall my sins that all may have their right to wear their bread, and would press me to hell. Impute me righteous, thus purged of evil, for thus I leave the world, the flesh, the devil.
'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we will not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning, we come round right.
Life is complex. Join us for the simple gifts of wisdom, love, and delight in the written word. The Ecstasy by Donne. Where, like a pillow on a bed, a pregnant bank swelled up to rest, the violet's reclining head, sat we two, one another's best. Our hands were firmly cemented with a fast balm, which thence did spring.
Our eye-beams twisted, and did thread our eyes upon one double string.
So to intergraft our hands, as yet, was all the means to make us one. And pictures in our eyes to get was all our propagation. As twixt two equal armies fate suspends uncertain victory, our souls, which to advance their state were gone out, hung twixt her and me. And whilst our souls negotiate there, we like sepulchral statues lay. All day the same our postures were, and we said nothing all the day. If any, so by love refined, that he soul's language understood, and by good love were grown all mind, within convenient distance stood. He, though he knew not which soul spake, because both meant, both spake the same, might thence a new concoction take, and part far purer than he came. This ecstasy doth unperplex, we said, and tell us what we love. We see by this it was not sex. We see we saw not what did move. But as all several souls contain mixture of things, they know not what, love these mixed souls doth mix again, and makes both one, each this and that. A single violet transplant, the strength, the color, and the size, all which before was poor and scant, redoubles still and multiplies. When love with one another so interanimates two souls, that abler soul which thence doth flow, defects of loneliness controls. We, then, who are this new soul, know of what we are composed and made. For the atomies of which we grow are souls, whom no change can invade. But oh, alas, so long, so far, our bodies, why do we forbear? They're ours, though they're not we. We are the intelligences, they the spheres. We owe them thanks, because they thus did us to us at first convey, yielded their senses force to us, nor are dross to us, but allay. On man heaven's influence works not so, but that it first imprints the air. So soul into soul may flow, though it to body first repair. As our blood labors to beget spirits, as like souls as it can, because such fingers need to knit that subtle knot which makes us man, so must pure lovers' souls descend to affections and to faculties, which sense may reach and apprehend, else a great prince in prison lies. To our bodies turn we then, that so weak men on love revealed may look. Love's mysteries in souls do grow, but yet the body is his book. And if some lover, such as we, have heard this dialogue of one, let him still mark us. He shall see small change when we are to bodies gone. A Valediction, Forbidding Mourning, by Donne. As virtuous men pass mildly away, and whisper to their souls to go, whilst some of their sad friends do say the breath goes now, and some say no. So let us melt and make no noise, no tear floods, nor sigh tempests move. 'Twere profanation of our joys, to tell the laity our love. Moving of the earth brings harms and fears, men reckon what it did and meant. But trepidation of the spheres, though greater far, is innocent. Dull sublunary lovers' love, whose soul is sense, cannot admit absence, because it doth remove those things which elemented it. But we, by a love so much refined, that ourselves know not what it is. Enter assured of the mind, care less, eyes, lips, and hands to miss. Our two souls, therefore, which are one, though I must go, endure not yet a breach, but an expansion, like gold to airy thinness beat. If they be two, they are two so, as stiff twin compasses are two. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth, if the other do. And though it in the centre sit, yet when the other far doth roam, it leans and hearkens after it, and grows erect, as that comes home. Such wilt thou be to me, who must, like the other foot, obliquely run. Thy firmness makes my circle just, and makes me end where I begun.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, by John Donne. No man is an island, entire of itself. Each is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less. As well as if a promontory were, as well as if a manor of thine own, or of thine friends were. Each man's death diminishes me, for I am involved in mankind. Therefore, send not to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee.
'Tis the gift to be simple. 'Tis the gift to be free. 'Tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we will not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning, we come round right.